For more insight into AI's growing presence in marketing campaigns during the holidays and year-round, we're joined now by Buck Wise, CEO and founder of Canary.com. Thank you so much for joining us on the show.
Hey, you're welcome, Elaine. And I don't know if you believe it or not, but maybe I'm not even real.
I hope you're real, and I need to be real. I need to keep my job.
Hey,
I don't know
what's interesting about this? It's the industry is just booming for AI right now. There's over $1.5 trillion being spent. And a lot of these brands are trying to capitalize on it, which is why I started Canary, so that I could help not just entrepreneurs, but businesses get discovered and use these tools. So specifically, I'm watching this amazing piece that you put together on Coca-Cola and how it all went wrong. It just isn't there. The slop is definitely something that brands are experimenting with.
Right. I mean, I think most people would understand it's early on in the process. And I was watching the Coca-Cola ad. It didn't really bother me so much. I don't know what your take on it is, because you're looking at all of these ads, and Coca-Cola is competing with what people are seeing on YouTube and on Instagram and all these other social media. So what do you make of Coke's move to make this commercial?
So I spent a few years making content in social media for Starbucks specifically. I remember being on the set as we built the pumpkin spice latte. I was right there in the room. There was one stylist. Her job was to fix the whipped cream. A lot of people don't know this. I'm going to tell a trade secret. Underneath that whipped cream is ice so that it doesn't melt. And every 3 minutes, she had to replace it. So it's things like that that will cost on a day shoot $20,000 to create one specific asset that goes out on someone's channel. So the idea behind AI is that it shouldn't replace everyone. It should enhance the process. And the people who say, oh, it's replacing roles and jobs, the truth is it's replacing the roles and jobs of people who don't learn how to make their role and job better using AI. Brands specifically are spending over 47 billion with a B dollars in creative assets in artificial intelligence. I think the Coke and the McDonald's ads, they're a perfect example of you can't replace people completely. You have to enhance it because it's clearly not there yet.
So we heard words like creepy, soulless, dystopian used by viewers to describe these AI ads.
Yeah.
What will we see this time next year with some of these ads? I mean, and you know, Super Bowl is coming up. So I'm imagining that there is going to be a lot of work between now and then to make these more appealing to the average consumer.
You're absolutely right, Elaine. That's what gets me excited about artificial intelligence. It's one of the absolute fastest growing technologies and platforms that marketing has ever seen. If you do a quick comparison, if you remember the Facebook, when Zuckerberg launched and you had to have a college email address, they went to 100 million users in literally 4 years. ChatGPT, OpenAI, they did it in 60 days. So the scale at which this technology is growing. In fact, Elon Musk, this morning, he was on X. He said, the numbers you're seeing, $1.5 trillion around the world, he says it's just the tip of the iceberg. And so what we are seeing, to your point, by Super Bowl, it is going to revolutionize. And by the way, I do predict that one day it will be able to create an entire commercial and we won't know the difference. But until then, because it's not quite there, it still looks like slop unless you use the human creative and talent to build with AI. That's my prediction.
So you threw out all these huge numbers, and we do need people behind the scenes to put these together. How much money is being spent on that? I mean, is that going to slowly go the other way? I mean, they're having to spend a lot of money to come up with the concept to create it, right?
That's right. Yeah, in fact, the number is this. 76% increase in investing dollars into creative AI across brands in the United States. That's up from last year. So if you look at that $47 billion mark, that's literally 70-something% higher than the year before. So brands are definitely investing in it. You know, I don't know that they're investing in it because they're trying to replace the creative human touch. They're investing in it because if you don't, you're going to get left behind. A lot of people say, oh, if I'd only spent $1,000 in Bitcoin 5 years ago, I'd be retired. Today is the day where people need to go, I'm putting time and effort into AI today so that in 5 years they're not left behind. So that's my prediction on why they invest and how much they invest. They don't want to be left behind. It's about making the process and the role better It's not about replacing humans. At least that's my opinion as I build Canary, is that I want to make the employees and the talent that I bring into my organization, I want to give them the tools to be better than they've ever been.
So 30 seconds left. What is your advice to companies considering using AI in their marketing campaigns?
Yeah, definitely. There's two ways to think about this. From an operational standpoint, if you're building out SOPs, there's nothing more important than leveraging AI as a way to move faster through the business. So, too many businesses are focused on the technique or the actual creative output of the role. What I'd rather a business owner do is focus on how you can increase and enhance the back end of the operations of your business, even if it's marketing. I have writers, I have video editors. Their jobs, they're able to produce 10 times the amount of content without losing their job because I'm building operational structures on the backside for them. The second thing I would say is make sure that if you're a brand or you're an entrepreneur, that you're investing in yourself. Because think about AIO, that's a whole nother segment we could do, but AIO is optimization. If I search your name, your brand, even in your little micro market, real estate agents across the country, do you exist? This is the next Google, the next search. It's not just a tool, it's also how you're connecting with other people. So think about all the different areas, the quadrants of your business where you can spend time and money to be the best in AI.
A lot of exciting things ahead. We'll have to check back with you during the Super Bowl. Buck Weiss, thank you so much for
Yes.
joining us.
Thank you.